Yo, what's up, fam? Leyon here. I just kind of want to talk to y'all this Sunday about, how I'm feeling coming off this pandemic and, my 34th birthday being yesterday, um, and how I feel right now. And I just want to kind of talk to you about obstacles, right? And adversity and how when we see these things, right, we have to identify, what they are and why they're there and what they're intended to do to us. And I think they're intended to make us grow. I think they're intended to make us prove that we want what we say we really want. Because when the going gets tough, are you going to quit? Are you going to give up? Are you going to give in? Are you going to fold? Then you don't really want what you say you wanted that bad. And I know for me, this has been a long journey, right? I'm talking one that's 11, 12 plus years in the making. And, it's been so crazy because it's been such a roller coaster ride, right? Starting all the way back with me, my brother, my cousin, and, a few good people in the start of our journey to having this brand and this product that, like, a lot of people don't understand entrepreneurship. They just think that you have these things and this entity is probably just making millions and millions and millions of dollars, and when in fact it doesn't really work like that. The way these things work is in like investing and investors and valuations and different things like that. So like on the outside it may look glorious, right? But on the inside for an entrepreneur, it's a hard road. It could be a hard, lonely road, and one that a lot of people really don't understand. So, like, even when people might reach out to you, say, "Hey, bro, can I get a few bucks or this and the third?" They might not even really know that, like, yeah, maybe you're paying rent in New York City and you're paying rent in Santa Monica, but maybe they don't understand that those company funds are being used to do just that, to grow the company. But from a liquid standpoint, you might not even be there. So, like, these are long journeys, right? A lot of companies like operate in the same way. So I had been like on this track for years and years and years, and then I want to say finally in the beginning of the year everything clicked. And I have been chasing almost for so long, saying reinvest, invest in the value, invest in the people, bring people along with you and make sure everyone's taken care of and everything's going to work out in the end. And that time for me was in March, right? And everything clicked. If I could go back to saying this is exactly what I want to be at, mentally, physically, spiritually, economically, financially, this was the time. All three gyms were booming: Santa Monica, Century City, New York City. I was having the time of my life, and then just like that, global pandemic, and everything is shut down. Everything you've worked for is taken away, right? That was especially tough because along the course of the last year, I had been back and forth between New York City, and I lost a few people that were extremely close to me, like, best friends, brothers, and it hurt, right? But I braved that storm. And then along the line, everything that I ever wanted out of this brand just happened. And, I was excited. I couldn't wait. I was already talking about opening up more. And then all of a sudden the global pandemic happened and everything's different. Everything's gone. And I initially, because I'm very bullheaded with my goals, I'm like, I'm a fighter naturally. I know a lot of people don't actually know that, but like I really did box. I was born into a boxing family, and I was U.S. national. Like I'm an open class amateur fighter, and so like I naturally have the tendency to fight things and not accept things for what they are, and that's actually why I've ended up where I am in my life. Because no matter how many times I'm down, like I'm never out. And I just always keep on fighting. So I finally, like, it hit me that I was like, wow, things are really different, and I'm going to have to change the way I operate. And along the lines, like I lost more people that were close to me, and it hurt really bad. And some left on good terms, you know. Some took other opportunities, but people left, and that's okay because you have to do what's the best for you. But nothing hurt more than ones that didn't leave but are gone. Does that make sense? And I think the reason why that happened is because like you're this, this leader. You're this fearless, person who attacks everything head on and has a never say die, never say quit, never lose mentality. And then when your confidence gets shaken and you finally come up against an obstacle you feel like you can't beat, people look at that and they see that. And I think that scares them. And then I think they start looking for exit strategies while they're still there. So like there's nothing worse than someone checking out who's still in, right? So after all these things started happening and I lost more people, it was just like, man. And then the racial pandemic came to its height. And that one really rocked me to my core because everything I stand for in terms of like the black experience and black lives, and even the fact that Ahmaud Arbery was a ex-football star and he was just jogging, he got shot and killed. It gave me PTSD. That George Floyd is a big brother, big black man, just like myself, and I couldn't unsee that knee on his neck. It did something to me. It traumatized me. David McCady, the owner of Yaya's Barbecue in Kentucky, killed in front of his own shop. It did something to me. So like all these things that were happening to black men and women, kids, the experience, the division that was being created, the police brutality that was being highlighted, like it consumed me. And it consumed me to the point that in conjunction with everything else going on, I started sliding. I started sliding. And it's tough to start sliding as a fighter because like you said, you always want to fight, and put your dukes up and go for it. But like this time was different. I found myself sleeping on, the gym floor for nights on end. I found myself rattled and shaken, and it wasn't until like the team that I'm surrounded by, specifically Solo, Cam, Booby, and Zeke, Godfred, and the on-demand crew, and our glue, Miss Megan Ashley, that like I started kind of trying to find myself again. And these people pulled me out of probably like the deepest slide of my life. I want to say even more than after I got hurt at Temple football. And I realized that like, man, this is so bad because I've been through it all. I've been through a slide like that before, and I was like, I'll never go back. Like, I made it, and things are different now, and boom, now you find yourself deeper, and it's such a hard emotional roller coaster to go on because you were just up here all the way so high, and then the next day, boom, so low. And that's kind of like what COVID, the pandemic, both of them, racial and COVID, did. So I just really want to say that this experience, right, has changed me. This experience, I think, was intended to test how bad I want what I really say that I want, right? To test whether I'm a contender or a pretender, whether I'm a front runner or I'm in the race for real. And thank God for Solomon and Camp Mode and our crew, Cam, Godfred, Booby, Zeke, Ramel. Thank God for all the people that were surrounded by Megan, our on-demand crew production, Champ, Andy, James, etc. Because like these are people who were pulling me out of this slump when I was so low, I couldn't even envision transforming or changing my body back. I couldn't even envision shooting light box or on demand, and they pushed me. They literally pushed me. Megan pushed me to get back in front of that camera and start to find myself and reignite that passion I had for fitness and spreading these gifts to the world. So for that, I say thank you so much. So this transformation that I'm going to show you a little bit of, like I really mean that in the September to Remember. I went through it myself. You'll see that all the team went through it, and I want you guys, I want you all to get to the same spot, right, where you recognize your power is so internal and that no external force can take it away from you. Whether you know, people are saying negative things about you, whether people are mean to you, whether people doubt your dreams, goals, and ambitions, whether people like, you know, defamate your character, whatever they do, the power you hold is internal. And as long as you know that, no external force can knock you off your course, all right? So when these winds of adversity come, when these obstacles come and they present themselves with these challenges, use those as an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to grow, and an opportunity to go. Go to places that you've always wanted to and never look back. And when you do look back, it should only be to bring somebody else with you, right? So with the quote that I said yesterday at the bottom of my birthday post, you know, I just turned 34 yesterday. Sometimes when you think you've been buried, you've been planted. Bloom, bloom, and really take a hold of everything that God put you on this earth to do, and embrace that. And as long as you know your truth, no one else can affect you, no matter what they say, right? So I hope you enjoy this transformation. I want to say thank you to my squad, Megan, Champ, Andy, James, the whole crew, Gloveworks On Demand. I went through that. That is a testimonial of mine. That is something I'm incredibly proud of, and that's something that I want you to sign up for, and I encourage you to go through your own in this September to remember. I want to say thank you to my brother, Solomon. You know, I couldn't have done it without the whole crew, Cam, Booby, Zeke, Ramel, my man Godfred, Brian Lavador, Teddy, Christian, everybody that's a part of that Gloveworks family, Lloyd, John, Nick, Paul, THC, DJF, thank you to everyone, and the best times are ahead of us, and sometimes you have got to realize that no matter what the situation, it's in here. And for me, I realized that I thought it was over, but it really truly is the darkest before dawn, because sitting here 7 months into a pandemic, feeling the best I've ever felt about myself and the business and the people around me, I could have never called that on March 14th. I never could have called that. So I hope everyone's doing great this September to remember. Keep on working hard, keep on living your life with good balance, and be patient with yourself, be soft with yourself, and I'll see you on demand. Much love, God bless, and I hope you enjoy these transformation photos that I posted for you. Thank you. Have a blessed Sunday. Leyon here. You see your boy is a little bit out of shape, okay? A little bit out of practice, but I'm taking you through the 30-day Leyon Azubuike on-demand workout by Gloveworks to show you how you can make a 30-day transformation and become stronger, both mentally, physically, and spiritually. So walk with me, all right? Y'all see what it is. Now let's go get it together. It's on demand. Let's go. Come on this journey with me. It's camp mode, transformation time. Subscribe to my on-demand on my Gloveworks website. It's $29.99 a month. Let's get these gains, right? September 1st.